Alrighty, good evening, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. NGS Season 12, our inaugural cast. And with me here tonight is the first time on my channel, the Captain. Captain, how the heck are you?
Doing good. Ready for some action tonight. Hopefully get 3 games from my fellow Div players.
Yeah, listen, we all root for 3 games. That's what we all want to see. That's what makes the NGS the
hmm
best out there. So, but as you said, we are going to see some really good Division E East. Love to see all these divisions getting filled out here tonight. Again, it's the first week, so that's the first time we get to see a lot of these teams, some new teams out here, some old familiar faces. But let's go ahead and take a peek here at these map picks and bans to see where we're at, where we're going, how we got here. So Wood League Airlines won the coin flip, opted for first hero pick. They opted to ban Dragonshire and Battlefield of Eternity. And the Baddest Dudes banned Alterac Pass and Tomb of the Spider Queen. And with the map pick, opted to go into the new, or back again, I guess I wouldn't say new map, Sky Temple, but back again, the Sky Temple, one of my favorites.
You might be alone in that one on
I
this
listen.
cast.
I would rather play Sky Temple than Braxis Holdout. I don't think my allegiance is where it is. I make it known that I hate Braxis. Sky Temple is a very fun map. I think it's just a different strategy, right? Because you can actually win this entire map without actually having a team fight.
Yeah, and that's a hard thing to remember because I like fighting, as you've probably seen in practices,
Uh huh.
and for me, it's very difficult not to go try and kill them. But you have to avoid doing that when you're ahead, because that's how you're not ahead very soon.
Right.
Um, and that's the difficult thing for me, which is, I'm really sad that we're not going to see some BOE or some D-Shire.
Mm-hmm.
Tomb is
Now,
always a really fun one. Alterac is meh.
yeah, I mean, to the chagrin of the Baddest Dudes, they were upset at the Dragonshire ban. They did let out that that's usually banned against them quite often. Probably, maybe the hero pool or maybe a specific strat, which I like with Sky Temple. I won't give it out here. You kind of have seen my strat on this in Storm League. But really
hmm
looking forward to it here. So before we get in here, so it is a new season. So the standings here, well, they will evolve as we move forward here. But as of right now, 30 seconds to Mosh did get that domination over Regen Rebels here. And then last night, CM Beyond and Ice Crown Citadel Knights did square off in the Nexus, and ICK actually ended up winning the 2-1 victory there. So both these teams
hmm
not playing a game yet, so they could move up to first or tied for first place. So they're with a domination victory, or second, tied for second, I guess, depending on respectful placings here.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I think if there's a domination tonight that ties them up with us, I think this is the third game of season 12 right now, round one
Mm-hmm.
for Divi. I think we've got two tomorrow. Souls and Slow Mo and Macro Machines, and don't remember the other one.
So there's that one. So my guess would probably be Phoenix Rising Sapphire and Tar Pit Tipplers. I think actually they play right now on a different cast. So I believe all week one games should be in the bag here after tomorrow. So we get to see
Yeah,
where these
for some
teams
reason
head.
I thought it was Wednesday. I don't know why.
You know what? Honestly, I've been doing the same thing. I've been thinking it's Wednesday all day. It's Thursday, and we have this cast tonight. But no, Cap, your name is the captain. You're the captain of 30 Seconds to Mosh here. And I'm going to hop over to this graphic here because I know you love drafting and scouting as much as I do here. So I put together this graphic here. So hopefully we get to see, maybe some just foreshadowing here, right? Demon Grand, great Gazel player. I've seen it firsthand in seasons past. 63% win rate in NGS on that particular hero, and Dark Knight on an Imperius with a 54% win rate. Again, Wood League Airlines is a newer team, so I'm not sure how the roster and positions are going to shake up, but just a really impressive win rate on the ups and downs on Imperius there.
Yeah, I would be, having played into that Demon Grand Gazlo, it's pretty mean. Those gravel bombs really, really messed us up. But, it can be there's ways around it, but it's an intimidating win rate for sure. He's a really strong hero and a good offlaner. I would be surprised if we saw too many shakeups on the baddest dude side. Wood League being brand new, that's an impressive win rate on Imperius too, and he can certainly be a nightmare in the 4-man. So it'll be interesting to see what they do for a comps on this one.
Yeah, and that's the hardest part. And I'll jump back over to our beautiful faces here. We'll let the teams know that we are ready. But like that's the hard part about scouting some newer teams. Like if you're a longer standing team within NGS, there's going to be stats on you. There's going to be seasons of stuff on you. But like when it comes into a new team, you kind of got that element of surprise here. So maybe we get to see some different stuff going on here.
Yeah, you have to be really creative with your scouting if you're gonna try to scout out a new team. I guess Meebus is saying I'm a little quiet. I don't know if that got better or not. Just let me know.
Yeah, let us know. I turned him up on my end, Meebs. So let me know how that shaped out. Let me turn up my in-game sound. I feel like that's a little.
Yeah, I have to turn mine up too. All right, first round of draft or first banning going over to Wood League. Yep.
So we do have Wood League. We see some fans in the chat. Hello, hello, hello. Glad to be here, rooting for your friends, your co-teammates. I know Wood League Express is a team. All right, Lux, all right, you're good. Yeah, I just had to turn you up in Discord on my end in the call. So,
all right.
So here we go. Let's see if these teams did any sort of scouting. And there we go. That was another hero I was going to put on to Demon Grand's graphic there. It was Tychus. I think he sits about a 60% win rate on Tychus as well. So good all-around band.
Yeah. Well, they're not wasting any time on that one.
They knew right away.
Yeah.
Like this is
generally you see that in a round 2 ban or the second ban of the first phase, but they really don't want to play against that.
Nope, not at all. A tear, especially on like I said, this particular map where you can have somebody split pushing and just chunking just away at your forts and keeps. There we go, a Jaina band coming out here.
Nice. All right, that stings a little for me, but
Now, if memory serves me correctly, I think Savior favors Jaina. It may be a target band over there, and then Vala. So right now, just some solid bands coming out from the side of the baddest dudes. Again, it's tough to know what roles that these folks want to play here.
Yeah, I mean, with Wood League being a brand new team, it's difficult to say for sure. I think, I don't know. I'm trying to check up on the Jaina stats right now.
It's all right. All right, so go ahead and locking in the Anduin, a good solid pick. You can lock in Healer. I think Healer's a good first pick in a lot of situations. Anduin has the Yeet of Faith, able to come out. It's kind of like that pseudo cleanse, and has Light Bomb and Salvation. But here we go, Asmodan and a Diablo in the 1-2 for the baddest dudes.
So that's banning out that Tychus really let them do that Diablo. I wonder if maybe we'll see like a Leo or something along those lines to kind of help with it. But Anduin, first pick Anduin, it doesn't really give anything away outside of you want to save someone from dying. So it's a really solid first pick.
All right, and they are going to go ahead and pair it up with Johanna, so possible Light Bomb combo.
Yep.
And go ahead and pick the Zul'jin into those two thick bodies that the baddest dudes already locked in here. Should be some relatively easy stacks for Zul'jin here.
Let's see.
So the third band coming out here from the baddest dudes. Still need an offlaner, still need a mage.
Yep, okay. Sonya, really solid pick on this map, and just in general.
Yeah, she can sustain on those temples, those channel points, can heal off of the objective itself. So here we go. Third band coming out here for the side of WLA. Second pick's stuck with SL Ben. You're right,
Healer?
Sam.
Yep, okay, yep.
All right. And
Brightwing.
So maybe we'll get to see a little dive comp coming out here. I mean, Brightwing's good, is a global, can, soak lane Z in when needed. Really get that soaking advantage here. So again, maybe a Dahaka. We do see the one off lane pick here, but there we
Yep.
go. There is that Gazlowe. Now the nice thing
Not
is,
letting us down.
Nope, not at all. And then the pairing of the Malfurion with the Diablo, I like that as well. The Gazlowe Gravo bomb combo with the root underneath it. Asmodan dunks.
APOC.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
just a lot.
That's a wombo right there.
Mm-hmm.
I think my only concern right now, though, is we're seeing a lot of dependency on the wombo. I mean, obviously, Asmo is going to be good no matter what, but you know, you whiff the APOC or the root or the gravel bomb, and you're kind of out.
All right, and then there we go with the
Interesting.
windmill slam here. We do have the Orphea pick up by Yahtzee, and then Aaron is going to go ahead and pick up the Dahaka. So I think to your point, though, it's tough with Johanna now because, like, I'm not sure if the Light Bomb combo was in the back pocket, but now, like, with Light Bomb providing the AoE cleanse, it's going to be tough, and I think is a good counter pick for that Gazlowe.
Yeah, and also, I mean, straight up the falling sword from JoJo. I mean, that gives you unstoppable right all the way through. You know, this is I'm actually really curious to see how this is going to go now because there is, if they play it right, mechanically speaking, the difference between the two teams is going to come out as to when the combo hits and how they take advantage of it. You know, you get hit by that wombo from the dude side, and it's gonna hurt. You're going to lose a lot of advantage from that.
Yeah, I think so. So taking a look here at these two drafts, are you leaning more towards one or the other, or not sure if you have a specific? Not asking you to call your shot now, but just if you like a draft one more than the other.
Put me on the spot here. From a draft standpoint, I think I actually prefer the baddest dudes. There's a lot of synergy there. Gazlowe, Asmo, and Raynor. You know, they're basically big minions that push lanes really hard, and Dibbles is a nightmare on this map. I'm really curious to see what Wood League does with it. I don't know about the Orphea, but we'll have to see how they play. A good Orphea player they hurt. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Orphea.
If this goes to the late game, I'm just not sure if Malfurion will be able to keep up with the damage that Orphea and Zul'jin can put out, especially if there's a Dahaka living in the backline, because Gazlowe is going, and Diablo are both going to be in the front line. So just like Asmodan and Malfurion are just kind of in trouble, I think. So, but again, like if just the wombo combo works for the side of the baddest dudes, I think it's game over for them.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, Malfurion, not traditionally very well known for being a burst healer, you know? It's just one of those things where it's... Sorry, I apparently need to fix my camera. It's not centered on me, so I'm like trying to fix it right
No problem. No. It's fine. A little bit slow on the loading
Malfurion,
here.
well known for being a burst healer, and Zul'jin and Orphea both do the bursting. You know, they've... I know from my own experience that Orphea can put out the 100-0 combos, and Malfurion is just not going to be able to keep up with it. And you let that Zul'jin stack against a Diablo and an Asmodan, and to an extent the Gazlowe, you know, he's gonna... I'm off camera now. I'm doing things right.
Nope, it's all good. We're about to swap into the game anyway. I have it on us right now just because we're still stuck in this load screen. Good old Blizzard and the Indie Gaming Company. But Mighty Mouse, glad to see you. Hopefully, Aaron will do you proud. Cactus is the main reason why the Tootie is watching. Just glad you are all here. So, jumping over into the game here, hopping over on the left-hand side for Wood League Airlines, we have Zilla on the Zul'jin, Dark Knight on that Johanna, Galhad on the Anduin, Yahtzee on Orphea, and who did I miss? Aaron on the Dahaka. And Cap, who do we have on the right-hand side?
On the right-hand side, we've got Tootie Moss on the Asmodan. We've got Peach on the Malfurion, B-Man on the Dibbles, and Raynor on the Savior, and Demon Grand on Savior on the Raynor, and Demon Grand on the Gazlowe. We got some good luck, have fun's coming out.
All right, let's see if we get the old brawl in the mid, or we're going to dive for the eye here. So it looks like Demon Granite is going to opt to go just head right for the soaking lane. Dark Knight's going to grab in that vision for the team. Now,
So no dying for the eye.
no dying for the eye. Going to pull up the talents here. Level 1, we do have Exterminator Rainer. Love to see it, but we see the great wallbang coming out from B-Man onto Yahtzee, and we got the Sleep Roots coming out from Malfurion. But there we go, the recent upgrade to Dahaka. That tongue, what that tongue do,
that's going to
Aaron?
be first kill going over.
First blood, you are correct, in favor of Wood League Airlines coming out here and showing up for their first ever MGS match.
So this is interesting. We got Joe up top and Dahaka. All right, they swapped out. All right, that makes sense.
I know I've done it a time or two, like, you know, most of the time the bottom lane is the off lane there, but on this particular map, you usually want to see the 4-man rotate mid and bot. Taking a peek here, we do see Zilla just trying to stack away here, but taking a look at level 1 talents here, we have Anduin going to go ahead with the W build, Tissue Regeneration for the Dahaka, Loss of Hope, Recklessness, and Endpoint. So not a trait build on the Orphea. Just feeling very confident is Yahtzee on those skill shots.
That's an interesting one for this map in particular, because you know if you're good on it, Q build is nuts, especially with the buff.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't know. I just prefer trait. I like the sustainability. And then
I'm right there with you.
But again, like you said, it is a very good build. She has a couple different ways to build Orphea now, and I think she's in a good spot. You know, definitely succumbs to hard CC, but who doesn't in this particular game?
Looks like we're gonna have some camps pulled up top. There's 3 on the right side of the top bruiser here, and just Dahaka doing the 1.
Yep.
So they're gonna get that bruiser out pretty early.
I like this call here. I want to see if they make a priority on to this top wall here, or maybe just get some push pressure with Demon Grand. Rotation from the other 4 members of the Badass Dudes down here to make quick work of the Shines camp. And there we go. Now we see the rotations coming out from this side of Wood League Airlines. Going to clear this up, and objective is hitting in 25 seconds. Great camp timing coming out from Wood League Airlines as well.
Yeah, we got the 3-man down bottom that's coming up. They were just pushing in that wave, so they're going to have a wave pushing in during this whole objective phase, it looks like.
Alright, so we do see Wood League rotate up here, putting a priority on this top one. We do see the tongue and Condemned trying to come out to catch Demon Grand, but he will be okay. So it looks like we will see the temple for temple split here, but Savior gonna come up, rotate, help Demon clear out this bruiser camp to try and just stagnate some of this damage that they will take up here. Great double root coming out from the Chastise from Anduin. Great follow-up stun though but the tongue again from Arn.
Yep.
Out comes the damage from Yahtzee, not able to connect there with the chomp. But Demon Grid will have to back, and they should be able to keep majority of this top 4 here. As for the middle, same scenario, no damage lost outside of some front walls here.
Yep, and just seeing the force come online now, it is definitely going into that Q build.
Already, we missed that kill off screen. I'm sorry there, viewers, but Zilla can go ahead and get the kill on to the Diablo there. We'll have to back. No tap available here, but it comes to Hawk the rotation onto the Haka. Nothing going to happen. I was getting excited there. Maybe they're looking to get that pick. But that's the power of the Haka. You can kind of be, you know, up in the top lane, and about 2 seconds later, it can be, you know, soaking and shoving lane in the bot lane. So nice to have those globals in your back pocket here as the side of the Baddest Dudes. Gonna rotate down here. Just can't let poor Peach alone here. In comes Rainer. Gonna help make quick work of that. And Inspire, absolutely love it. These camps taken by Rainer will have to be addressed ASAP because they will get that boosted damage, 125%, and for all eternity.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's permanent now, isn't it? After he got his little weird reboof?
Yep.
Reboof.
Yep, the wave and any camp. So he can literally doesn't even have to take it. He can just walk up into a lane, push Inspire, and it's essentially Sylvanas Merqueen on his level 1 talent.
He's just a giant Varian. So I am seeing from the red team, like they're all rotating fairly well together. They're not split quite as much. The blue team seems to be trying to do a 1-1-3, or they're sending someone up to deal with Demon Grand consistently. And this is what I was a little worried about. You've got 3 big pushers on the side of the baddest dudes that are going to be a pain.
Demon Grand opting to continue to clear wave, not going to rotate down here as the rest of the 4-man. So that will force most likely Dehaka. Dehaka may just sit down here on this, and they could rotate the 4. But it looks like Dehaka will walk up to the top lane, but making quick work of that mid lane now. 10's now online for the side of Wood League. We do have that light bomb. We do have the isolation. Holding is Johanna. It looks like it will be the Blessed Shield. Not opting for that AoE cleanse. So come level 10's now online. We do see the Grabo APOC combo with the silence. So they are going all in on this team fight here. They're going to rotate in. Out comes the APOC combo. Does not able to pop the Taz Dingo in time to get that pick there onto Zul'jin. Now able to get their first kill of this game. 10's now online. So, you know, other than APOC being used there, the Grabo Bomb's still alive and well. So maybe get to see a balance shift here.
And they're so, like, this is when the baddest dudes comp is going to start coming online. You know, they've got that massive wombo, and the thing is, with Malfurion Roots, you don't even have to always use all of your combo, right? Like, you can save the Grabo Bomb, and the Roots will be up again in a couple seconds.
Yeah, Emerald Dreams, again, sits just...
Broken.
CC, yeah, I don't understand how they just leave that talent be, or no one's not talking about it. Like, maybe that's the point. Like, you get caught in it and then you're asleep. So it's
we need to start a thing on Twitter. I hear we have a new Twitter head.
Twatter. We do for NGS. It would be me, but I'm going to use my powers for good and get Braxis the heck out of here. But quick work up in the top lane. They let that camp go. We do have a fort down.
They are going to just push bot hard.
Yep. Looking for the second fort of the game. And then here at this point, they have half of bot lane done. Middle is gone as well, but they can just trade every objective here. Great burrow come out, but they do get the charge on that sidewall, but great Eat of Faith from Galahad to keep Dehaka out of trouble.
Structure-wise, it's looking like... So on this map, structure is probably... If you're ahead on structure, you just don't have to fight. You just kind of keep rotating and trying to get that macro going. So structure-wise, it does actually look kind of even. It looks like the baddest dudes has a bit of a lead, but honestly, there's a mid wall, and the mid fort is gone, so there is a bit of a lead on the baddest dude side, I think, but otherwise it's still looking pretty even.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bruiser Camp getting taken by the side of Woodley, but in comes the evade. I like the positioning coming out from B-Man. Does get the flip onto Orphea and the wallbang, not getting any connection.
Here comes that combo. Oh, there's the pull on. You're gonna see the. There's the Grabo. Yep.
All right, but all that CC.
The stasis. Oh, that whole wombo was just thwarted right there. That was beautifully done.
All right, B-Man using that charge to get out of there. So unfortunately, what looked like a good invade and engage coming out from the side of baddest dudes, they do lose 2 members. Demon Grand spent majority, if not all, of that team fight. He was not CC'd long enough to get the Grabo Bomb off, but unfortunately, I think that was it. And just a great
a lot of ult spent there too.
And then all the while, they got this Bruiser Camp that they took right before rotating down there on the Giants. So the Giants were taken and invaded. Maybe a boss. Well, I mean, I guess everybody's up now. But they're going to go ahead and take down this fort before they head to bottom objective here. As we do see Asmo and Gazla clearing up this Bruiser Camp. Maybe baddest dudes rotate to the mid lane, cut their losses here, and maybe just trade 1 for 1. So it looks like Johanna just doing some scouting here. Most likely back out once she does see the entire baddest dudes squadron show up.
Yeah, looks like we're just going to see another trade. With Woodley getting, I think, a little bit further ahead on this one.
Yep, the bottom keep is holding on. It is sitting at 822 health. So, you know, that's good for like 1 or 2 shots.
Yep. But they did pick up that middle fort, so they've got all 3 lanes of that passive XP. and periodic catas, so there's going to be a lot of pressure coming out, even though the lanes are pushed in pretty far for... And there goes the Gazlo.
Oh man, this a little bit rough on that rotation there from Demon Grand, but it is okay.
Yep.
Like I said, they're not. It's pre-16s, 30 seconds down. Most likely going to be a boss call here, as we do see the side of Wood League rotate in on this. But with Exterminator Rainer and the Asmodan, they'll make quick work of it. I think before it even reaches the.
Yeah, I think at this point it's more just take it off the map. They are still ahead, so they might get a lane pushed in a little bit. But I mean, again, the lanes are really pushed in favor of the baddest dudes right now.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I mean, it's at this point, it's just a waiting game. 16's now in line for the side of Wood League, and they just need to turtle up. So with all of the waves pushed over on their side, it's a little bit easier for them to just defensively. But Zilla going to rotate in there. Nice wiggles out of that. They know they're on the camp, but they are going to lock that in before they rotate down here for the boss.
So this is interesting. Orpheus going straight Q build. You don't see Bond of Anguish and Determination picked up very often. That skill shot can be pretty hard, and if you miss it, like, you're not always going to get what you're looking for out of it. So that's a pretty rare build. I don't see that one very often.
Alright, they're completely missing that Gravo. Great positioning coming out from the side of Wood League there. Missing the APOC as well, so a lot of R buttons being pushed with no advantage here coming out from the side of the baddest dudes.
Actually, yeah. Pretty much all of them, and Wood League still has all of theirs up now.
So out comes the Light Bomb, is going to connect on the 3 members, and then the Crushing Jaws on top of it. That is 4 members down.
There's
and the
Orphea.
chase is on. She is going to continue to chase. She is going to stay stuck. That is right now looking at like a triple kill. Peach finds herself a little bit low. Going to get herself out of there as well. But yeah, great triple kill coming out from the side of Wood League here, and let's see what they do. You know, they could actually post 16s now. They could look for both of those, but it looks like they're just going to continue to pressure with the Zul'jin here and just continue to get structures.
Yep, getting that structure down so the towers hit the right things is probably the right call here, or the shots hit the right thing.
Yep, 16s now online kills in favor 9-1. In favor of Wood League here. So just playing on the back foot is the baddest dudes. Demon Grand now up and available. Now's the time to fight for them. You know, it is pre-20s, same talent tier here. They're still holding on to all 3 of their keeps. And structure-wise, they're not, and that is all Wood League has here as well. So they're not out of this yet. They just need one good team fight, and then it can be back in this. So here we go. We may see that as a team's position. B-Man and Dark Knight playing the old standoff. I'm going to go ahead and let Johanna walk right past
ripped.
it.
See, and this is kind of that thing where if you're up, you don't have to fight, but they really needed to come in and make this happen, and yep, that raw APOC probably cost them there.
Yeah, he tried to get the Johanna there, let them walk through, and you know, unfortunately, again, we talked about it with the Gazlo. There's not really a lot of appeal for that backline, so Johanna's just gonna be able to pop the trait and walk right at the backline, hit the condemn. So yeah, just great showing coming out from the first season team here of Wood League.
Yeah, and I mean, they got the stasis, which is really well timed. They got the yeets that have been pretty much on point. The unstoppable from the Joe is really well managed. So there's a lot of escape and just being able to generally get away from this wombo combo.
Yeah, and to your point, like I said, it was 16 and Bond of Anguish is generally the talent I do take, I guess, depending on looking at this team. I mean, they do have Asmodan, Gazlo, and Diablo. I think, at least me personally, I like the percent base damage. But again, the full Q build is, you know, let me just jump over where we at here. Hero damage, actually from both teams here. Zul'jin actually sitting on top, just under 30,000 damage. Orpheus sitting at 19, but again, just I think it's the healing, just not Malfurion not being able to withstand what's going on there.
Yep. I really think that one, you've got the Anduin who's just popping off with these light bombs like every single time there's a combo about to come out. They're waiting for that counter engage really well. As well as the Orphea, she took into their talent that she knows best, and that percent damage is adding some extra heals for her. She's got that sustain.
Yep, taking a look at it here. So Anduin has team heals of 27,000, and Orphea and Johanna both sitting at just under 22,000 for both of them. So as much healing as Anduin's doing for the entire team. So really sustaining on this particular map. 20's online. They are now heading down to the bottom keep here. Great double chastise coming out, but here we go with the silence. Is going to go ahead and get on the Dahaka, but out comes APOC, not landing on anybody. And
nice,
there goes that
beautiful yeet.
Yeah, that B-Man will find himself.
Oh, there goes down. Oh, we're going to see, you got the unkillable. Again, another unkillable for the combo, just perfectly timed.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just Savior's not able to step up. The coming out onto Azmodan there. Sitting at a quarter of health is the keep. They will not be able to get that down, but as you said, Zul'jin does go down.
Yep, unkillable didn't save him there. We're going to see some soft sieging here. I think they might send Zul'jin down once he comes back up. They're not going to end, right?
I think they can end. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, but the entire front line is gone. It's just Azmodan and Raynor and Malfurion here at this point. Dahaka was looking to take that camp, but I think they're going to try and just finish. My play would be just to finish this off and have Dahaka dig bottom if it's available.
Yeah, I would too. Yep, so now they got all the keeps down, they've got the core wide open, and basically they just, as long as they don't lose a team fight or don't go looking for anything, they can just play the map at this point.
All right,
the baddest dudes is really going to have to look in to try and take advantage of some mistakes and try to get that leverage on them.
So I don't know if they have sight. So they do know that Dahaka, that was probably Dahaka that took that camp. He's about to dig to the bottom here, so able to ward this bush or get onto the flank here. So things are coming out. So we know that the team's coming down. Zul'jin just back up now. Orphea is shoving out Wave there in the mid lane, and baddest dudes will have to contend with this Bruiser camp down here. We do see Demon Grant rotating that way, maybe just checking boss for the team.
Yeah, they're playing the map really well. Like I said, they know that they can just wait. They got the distraction. Even if we lose some of the Wood League guys, like it's not gonna matter much. But they're just gonna keep that tongue is brutal right now.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised if we saw a Dahaka ban coming out.
Yeah, Dahaka and an Orphea ban perhaps coming out here from the side of Demon Grant, but that is a quad kill. In favor, the GGs are coming out the camp doing work with the catapults, and that will be it. And game one going over to Wood League Airlines. GGs.
I'm sorry, baddest dudes. Cast their curse. I praised the draft and I cursed them.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot, but you know what? It's the first game of the first match of the first game of the season. Depending on the practice in the off season, so. Some new people and some roles.
If I want 3 games, though, does this mean I just call it for Wood League Express or Wood League Airlines, and then we get a game 3 if I'm caster cursing people?
I don't know what's going on here. Hold on a second. There we go. Pink. Sorry about that, everybody. Had my stuff layered there wrong. So there we go. Looking at the stats here. Yeah, it's just Zul'jin with all of the damage, 18-2 in terms of kills. So Orphea getting all the kills, able to stay stuck, just Zul'jin just aiming for stacks and getting those kills. The only one that had died for the team there.
Yeah, that was pretty close to the end, I think, right? It was when they were taking that bot keep down and trying to wrap things up, and he got taken out. I think he came rolling back in, but by then that top camp really kind of pushed it for him.
Yeah, and again, it's tough. It's Sky Temple, the teams we had like a whole season without that particular map, so a little bit different, but no, like you said, maybe some targeted bans now coming out from the side of the baddest dudes, and looking at these talents here, anything standing out to you?
Well, hold on. Let's talk about this healing, self-healing from the side of Wood League Airlines. If you look at that is insane self-healing from the entire team, or self-shielding, I guess. Mm-hmm. And the Malfurion only doing 17k.
Malfurion's hard. Like, he constantly needs to fight, where this is a map where you don't necessarily have to fight, and it just happens so fast that, Malfurion, unless Malfurion is able to go into a team fight with everybody having a regen on them, and then only having like the one Moonfire, and that's it, and then opting for the silence for a lot of those engages, which again, the Johanna, the Haka, The Orphea sometimes being in melee range. Like I understand the silence, but just really tough team comp to heal into.
Yep. I think the only talent that would really surprise me from this game, outside of the Orphea Q build, is probably the Blessed Shield on Joe. I'm really curious as to why that versus the Falling Sword there. It might be because it was their only engage. I'm not sure. Yeah.
It's tough, right? Like so, like because we were questioning that, right? Looking in that team comp with the Wombo combo. But again, I don't think it was necessary. The eats coming out from Galahad were like on point. Like anyone that Diablo tried to dive, it was like up and ready. So like they had a hard time getting picks into that team comp. Where I think that just allowing someone to stand still so Orphea could crushing jaws.
Yep. Yeah. If you get Crushing Jaws, you're gonna feel a little constrained.
Alrighty, so it looks like we do have a choice here coming up. So just jump in up for those of you that maybe have just joined. So we do have a map pick looks like it is coming out from the side of Wood League. So we do have first pick opted for the side of the Baddest Dudes, and we are actually heading to Cursed Hollow.
Another big macro map.
Yeah, so they again they opted for the first hero pick. They got Sky Temple, so maybe they like what they saw. So again, to your point, maybe a Dahaka ban coming out here. Maybe don't want to see that coming out here in game number 2.
And I have no idea what's going on with my mic, or my headphone, or my camera. Jeez.
Your camera? Here, let me take a look. Pulsating? No, Meebs, that is my autofocus. If I move too much, my autofocus goes crazy. No,
Trying to carefully maneuver my monitor so it doesn't die on me like it did yesterday.
You look great, Cap. All right, I'll let the teams know that we are ready here for game number 2. So I guess my question to you, Cap, is if you are the Baddest Dudes, what's the game plan coming into? What's the discussion like here before we get rolling into the draft? Like, what are you saying to your team, and what's your strategy coming into game 2 here?
Honestly, I think coming into this game, if they're gonna come in for another Wombo combo one, they're gonna have to start thinking about the counters that they're gonna experience, because it was, coming into it, that Wombo looked great, but I don't particularly like going into a draft and relying on the Wombos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looked like it was like on paper it looked like a good draft, and it was let's get 10, everybody push the R button and we win the game. But again, it looked like, I don't want to say sloppy, but at the same time, like it just kind of wasn't. And I think we've all played those games where just maybe you can't hit a skill shot to save your life, or just things don't seem to line up there. So because the Apocs were good, but it looked like Demon Grand was heading in sometimes, maybe looking to just solo engage. And this maybe team had a different idea there. So, but here we go. Again, the culprit there perhaps was the Anduin with that Yeet of Faith, saving some of those picks, right? So if they're able to get some of those picks with the Diablo, these team fights are a little bit different.
All right, so we got the Zag bans are coming out early.
Yeah, this time. So first pick up and available for the side of Baddest Dudes. Not going on this time. So maybe an Orphea ban here. I don't hate that. Again, Dahaka on the global. Wouldn't hate that as well coming out from the Baddest Dudes.
I don't know that we're going to see the same kind of comp, so it's difficult to say from Wood League. Yep, okay, that's what I thought.
No puns allowed.
I was about to say, like, the Dahaka is probably the ban that I would take here, and there it is.
Absolutely. So, again, coming out here, so maybe leaving Vala on the table, so it'll probably make the Vala ban coming out here. Again, to Cactus Ham's point earlier, just whoever has to pick second actually just gets stuck with the Storm League bans. Yep, there we go. So, wide open here for the side of Baddest Dudes. Could have put a priority onto a global. Maybe the Falstad, maybe the Brightwing. Sylvanas, Greymane. There we go. Will be the first pick Brightwing. Love to see it.
No shame in that one. That's a pretty standard pick on this map, and the three objective channels in random locations really make her strong. Dahaka as well, as for a ban. So not only was it just a good Dahaka, it was just he's good on this map.
Yeah, and it doesn't really give away anything, right? With the Brightwing, she can kind of fit it into a lot of different
Yep.
comps. But here we go, ETC, the cow coming out. Not the chapped lip skin, but it'll do. And the Stukov.
The chapped lip skin.
It is like he's just got those bright white lips. It just looks like poor ETC needs some chapstick.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, are we gonna see? Okay. Yep.
All right. So I am having flashbacks to a Savior Chromie. So I know for sure in my heart of hearts that is a good comfort pick for them. But yeah, to your point, Stitches, Hook Gorge combo with a Brightwing perhaps.
It's kind of what I'm thinking, yeah. Gorge, Hook, Poly, Chromie blow up with Slowing Sands, or I'm wondering if we're gonna see the loop.
Alrighty, so no picks coming out yet from Demon Grand, so they are going to go ahead and target his Tychus. So do we get to see a third and a final target ban toward the side of Wood League Airlines? Perhaps that Orphea, but Zul'jin with the Stitches can get stacks pretty easily. It is going to be that Orphea.
And I'm kind of surprised here. I mean, she's good. I don't particularly like playing her on this map. Feast can get a lot of value, and so can Jaws, but generally it's just a little too crowded for me to want to be in there on Orphea when she's so susceptible to CC. Interesting. Okay, so we've got a Hanzo.
Alrighty, so we get Salami Guy, and hopefully in a band skin. Zilla, hopefully you swap that skin if you can hear me. Anyone in the chat knows Zilla, might want to whisper them and tell them that is a band skin. But Hanzo able to solve the objective with the sight arrow, with the scatter arrow, and the storm arrow as well. Really stall out those objectives. So I don't know if Arin plays maybe the Lost Vikings. Perhaps could mean good things for the map pick. But there we go, Demon Grand on the Deathwing. I absolutely love that pick, with the damage showing in hand here, so maybe an Imperius. I don't hate an Imperius into a Deathwing, has the percent base damage at level 1. Thrall's really good as well.
Yeah,
Oh, Cuddleblade, I didn't even see the Stitches skin, so that is, I will actually whisper both captains while we're here. Hopefully they see it.
These are some wild comps. I'm not really sure. Oh, we got... Yeah, okay. We're just getting pinged about the...
Yep. I saw that there. Hopefully you'll let them know. Again, we can remake, or if both teams are okay with it, we can roll on with that as well. It's really up to them. But unfortunately, we try and be as accommodating as possible here with everybody in their sights, whether it's colorblindness or with the skill shot. So if you're all new to MGS and the rules for band skins, it's as much as I feel like it's targeting the fun, it's really not. It makes just certain skills or heroes hard to see. So we'll go ahead and roll in, see if we can get this swapped. If not, we'll get the pause.
So it's interesting. We're seeing a Nazeebo. Again, we're seeing kind of a weirder comp from the Wood League Airlines Wood League team, but it obviously worked. I mean, there's a pretty traditional comp from the baddest dudes. Stitch is really popular now. I think Deathwing is the only one that is a little surprising to me, but it's hard for me to say. What do you think is the better draft here?
That's putting me on the spot this time. So the Nazeebo is actually a hard counter to Deathwing. So there's essentially two forms, I guess, of soft CC that can control Deathwing, and that would be a Zombie Wall and then just Leorix and Tomb outside of any stasis effects. So Deathwing wants to come down, you just drop the Zombie Wall there, and he's kind of stuck in there. So that's a good heads-up draft coming out from the side of Wood League there. It's tough to say. I don't know if Mosh gets any value. They may have to go stage dive because they have a lot of interrupts coming out for the mosh pit. But any sort of CC, it's going to end up being a pick comp. There's a lot of hard CC coming out, and then Brightwing only does have the one cleanse and has to Z into either a mosh pit or a zombie wall or any sort of Stukov silence. So. I think the ease of execution is on the side of the airline team, but here we go. So it looks like the Stitches skin did swap, and looking for the KT, they swapped as well. So both teams are good to go. Thanks, Born, for the ping there. I did at least I did catch the Kael'thas one. So over on here on the left-hand side, looking to get their first domination here in their first NGS game is Wood League Airlines. Don't run away from me, Aaron. Aaron there on the Zebo. Yahtzee on the Kael'thas. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Yahtzee on the Hanzo. Zilla on the Kael'thas. Dark Knight on the ETC. And Gullhead on the Stukov. And on the right-hand side, who do we have for the baddest dudes?
For the baddest dudes, we got 2D Moss on that Rainer, Peach on the Brightwing, Savior on the Chromie, B-Man on the Stitches, and Demon on the Deathwing. Got some sprays coming out from the Chromie.
Absolutely. Spray, unless if you're like me, that you got to turn it off because it can get you into trouble here. But Zilla opting to rotate down here to go ahead and start catching some of these waves. But you know what? He won't be alone here as 4 members step up here to go ahead and maybe push down this bot lane, and then just to counteract that push, we do see the remaining members of Wood League Airlines rotating up to Demon Grand here.
Yeah, we've got a kind of a solid 1-1 or a 1-1-2. I think we've got Hanzo. Well, no, Hanzo's coming down to rotate, but he was sticking up pretty heavily in the mid.
Oh yeah. All right, so here we go. So we do have Rainer gonna go ahead and start the camp there. So great camp timing coming out from the side of baddest dudes here.
Just so you know, apparently we're getting yelled at about not putting the game.
Listen, it's gonna be the play-by-play. That's what's gonna go on.
Yeah,
so,
you guys can look at our handsome faces.
Absolutely, my fault, friends. You really didn't miss a whole heck of a lot. Just a bunch of wave clear. Rainer grabbing a camp.
Ooh, nice dodge by the Kael'thas down here.
Alrighty. Just worried about everything else and skins and everything else. So, alright, we will get there. My first cast of the season here.
Listen, it's just going to be like those old-timey baseball games. Everyone's just sitting around drinking like a cola or something.
Yeah.
Just listening to our voices, looking at our faces.
The theater of the mind, people. Close your eyeballs. Close your eyeballs. So here we go. We do see Peach and Tootie rotating over here onto this Bruiser camp here. Great timing, a little bit early, but should be okay because they have the second camp hitting this lane. So we'll force Nazebo to rotate here a little bit early or stay when Demon Grand can, hang out here being that global on the Haka.
Maybe we have his Stitches coming out. Yep, okay. Zilla doing a really good job down in the bot lane, holding off the Chromie and predicting these Stitches hooks. But Chromie is Chromie, so sieging against her is going to be tough.
Absolutely. So go ahead here and taking a look at these level 1 talents. We do have the low blow. Stukov looking to steal a picks from his comrades. We have the heal coming out, Prog Rock from ETC, Simple Geometry, trying to get those scatter arrows snaps here, as well as the Globe Quest from KT, but only sitting at 1, getting bullied there in that bottom lane from Chromie and Stitches. But Stitches is going for the globes himself, hungry for more, looking to stack as much HP as possible, but out comes that zombie wall. Demon Grand has the wiggles to get out of there. Cranley looking to stack those W's with the deep breathing. Was my jam build for quite some time, but then they went ahead and nerfed it. They don't like anybody having fun here in this game.
They also did the abhorral anomaly or Andoral anomaly Anomina. That's the new name for that talent.
Sure, you know what? I'm a bad Chromie player, so I do take the Phenomena talent. I prefer having the extra vision and able to stall the objective. And help, it does help push, right? Because I think it considers a summon.
I mean, that one surprises me less than taking a W on this particular map, just because the vision is in the 10%. Is it 10% now? spell power is just kind of nuts.
Yeah, really pumps up her damage there. But yeah, already sitting at 44 or 45 stacks of a Thing in the Deep already 4 minutes into the game here. So Love Blood Ritual here coming out on Nazeebo as well. Really going to allow Nazeebo to stay in lane. Getting the mana regen is the big thing for Nazeebo really, but gets the health as well. So get in the position here. So we already have a hook coming out from B-Man, not able to connect there, but just the poke damage coming out from Chromie. Dark Knight is going to step up. The silence coming out underneath the Rainer, but in comes the Hyper Shift from the Brightwing. Ping's coming out. In comes Demon Brand. You know, definitely the impenetrable, immovable force. Hook coming out again from B-Man. Unfortunately, not landing. But you know, once these hooks start connecting, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, you get a solid hook into the Slowing Sands or a Time Trap. You're gonna get set up or a Polymorph. Like it's not gonna be great, especially someone like Kael'thas who can't just walk away. Even Stukov is gonna have a hard time with that.
Yeah, so potentially going, you know, swipe or shove. You know, Stukov, if it is going to be a Gorge and then the Polymorph outside of the Gorge, like you're not going to have any time to push any sort of buttons here. So need to watch their positioning here. And they're already set up for this next objective here in this particular bush, knowing where it's going to be 30 seconds early here. But maybe getting caught out in the rotations here. B-Man scoping things out here as well in the jungle.
I grow tired of your petty
But in comes the hook, is going to connect onto
And there it
Zelda.
is.
Out comes the slam, out comes the Polymorph, and the Q coming out from Rainer. And I was worried it was going to, you know, penetrating around through the wall there, but does get the kill, and that is first blood and 10s now online for the Baddest Dudes. So early game so far working out better in favor of the Baddest Dudes here.
Yep, but we got Wood League deciding, hey, we're not going to go for this objective, but we are going to go take your boss. That is a spicy boss call. At 6 minutes, they're going to grab it.
Honestly, I don't hate it, right? So they are down 10,
No.
so they can't really safely contest this. So the curse is up and alive. I don't want to see the Baddest Dudes waste their tribute here. So they do have Rainer. He didn't go Exterminator, so a lot of their siege will depend here on him. He did go Hyperion, but in comes the race here. So I did see, Nazeebo did say that entire time, we do have Deathwing with the higher soak total right now. But again, Nazeebo just trying to get the stacks to get that level 1 quest done. And then here we go. Just opting to just, with a camp, just tear through this. So right now it is even. Do we get to see a keep race here from both these teams?
Yeah, it's not often you have a curse where you've got trading structures, basically.
Out comes the Hanzo arrow, does get the mosh pit there, but great the penetrating round coming out from the Rainer to disengage out. Out comes the Pyro Blast. We do have the Hook and Gorge, Hook coming back out onto ETC, but out comes that Flame Strike to really disengage that team. So again, a bunch of R buttons being pushed, only losing the Chromie there, and Demon Grand doing the best he can to defend his top keep wall. So all in all, the trade is in favor. The bottom keep for the Baddest Dudes, you know, they did get about a quarter of that health there, so, you know, all in all, a favorable trade. But here we go with the back-to-back bosses from the side of Wood League Airlines.
Yep, they're going to take it again. Baddest Dudes opting for taking their Bruiser. That was a great boss play pickup. They decided, hey, you can have that objective. We're gonna take your boss, and we're still gonna trade out even. And I think they traded out almost exactly even.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, towers for towers, and a fort for a fort.
Alrighty, so you know, just Baddest Dudes, kind of in head here. We're able to get the first 3 channels and the first curse. But just kind of playing, you know, reactively to what Wood League Airlines is doing here.
Yeah, they're going to need to look for a pick or something to be able to start taking advantage at some point. Otherwise, they're going to start, you know, that macro is going to start ticking up on them.
Yep, absolutely. So now ahead in Soak, we do have Nazeebo sitting at 91 stacks, 13's now online. So able to tear through that boss, though, only losing the bottom wall. As you know, teams just go ahead and clear camps, cap camps, you know, in this lull downtime.
And we're about to have the hardest quest in the game be finished.
Yeah, it's
And interesting, Demon Grand, or not Demon Grand, but the Baddest Dudes have a comp that can kind of play well into the late game. If they keep it up and keep playing it, that Stitches only tends to get kind of stronger in the late game as it goes on. Right Wing can put out a massive amount of healing, so they just have to keep up with this Nazeebo, because he's essentially just running it down.
Alright, the hook does come out. Great wiggles from Dark Knight there. I don't know what these what they're positioning over here. Maybe just to try and get some pressure down here with this bot lane. Peach needs to be careful. They did rotate on Peach there right before 13s, but probably just trying to get that Z back. I'm assuming they're just waiting in the bush.
I think they were trying to come up for a gank on the Nazeebo. Honestly, I think right now I'd like to see them maybe from the Baddest Dudes maybe just give the objective and push that top. They gotta just to try and generate some counter pressure.
And so pushing out here into the mid lane again with Raynor going ace in the hole at 1. I think they're kind of I think their weak point for the Baddest Dudes is going to be their core pressure. I mean, Raynor can do it. Chromis is okay. Definitely gets the extra damage onto heroes. But again, we're going to see them probably stay and be here for forever and get full rotated on and not get the fort. But here we go. Zilla already at half health. The slide does come out.
There's a Mosh. Canceled again.
Oh, great hook.
Gorge on the Nazeebo.
There we go. That's the pick that they need. Is going to get. They're going to bait out the ice block here as well. They do lock that down. I guess enough time to get the rest of the team out of there. So 16's not online, winning a little bit down in soak there, but kills right now only 2-2. As Baddest Dudes set their sight here on this middle fort.
Yep, and that's what they need to start generating some counter pressure here. With that top lane being pushed so far in, it's going to be kind of hard for Nazeebo to keep stepping up. I wonder if he'll move down to bot lane.
Alrighty, so learning their lesson from the earlier game, they do have Raynor go ahead and start working on this camp. But again, their boss, outside Deathwing, their boss protection is a little sus. So great slide coming out on to Raynor there. The hook does come out.
And Raynor getting that. Oh
no! The kill with the arrow is Yahtzee. Out comes the Gorge.
Value.
From that Kael'thas. Demon Grand gonna go ahead and get some good healing with that Flame Breath down. The hook does come out. Is going to connect with that ETC. Gonna get the slam.
Oh, the Chromie misses.
Into the slowing sands. I hate that talent.
Yep.
But again, boss up in the bottom lane is up in 45 seconds. 16's now online, so essentially Woodley can do whatever it is that they want. Probably assuming that they're going to head down towards their boss here up in 30, and the next objective spawns here as well. But just patiently maybe rotating to catch them heading for their own boss.
Things are still fairly even. We've got even curse channels, and we still got pretty even structure. We had pretty even structure. They are going to have a successful defense on that fort, though.
Holding on to that one is a good call there. So structurally, still a little tied up. The mid fort is beat up a little bit compared to the top fort for the side of Wood League here, but it looks like 2D Moss wants to finish this boss here this time. You can get some pressure elsewhere on the map. 16's now online for both teams. Again,
but Wood League is going to have that Bruiser pushing mid during the objective.
I think they can forego this objective. I don't think they need to quickly rotate down there. I mean, they could clear mid and then continue to push.
Yeah, I would send Raynor with the boss, just prep the lane and then clear mid and give the objective. There's not really any reason to... looks like Raynor is just going to come down.
Yep, so here we go, the amazing stalling from Deathwing. That was all 3 Firebolts. The hook is going to come out, connect on to the Stukov there. The rest of the team does peel away. We do have Arn is in the back cap back but there's that great great swipe coming out here. Demon Grain will drop from the sky. The chase is on. Out comes the Mosh, is going to connect on to, the great triple stun there as well. So Raynor does get locked down with that Mosh pit. Demon Grand sitting about a quarter health, eating all of those slams from Gary. Need to be careful there, but as the boss pushes up in the top lane, sitting at about a half health, will take care of that top fort. And then, as you mentioned, Cap, in rolls Berserker Camp here, so they will trade these two long-lasting forts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I think they really just needed to give that objective and just try to push top and prep that lane as much as they can. And then clear out mid.
Alright, so the rest of the team is going to go ahead and back and deal with that boss. I don't think that was necessary, as the rest of the team is going to rotate down here. So, this one can be skipped by the side of Wood League, but they are in great position here to tend with it. Nazeebo going to go ahead and grab the camp, so maybe just stalling it out here a little bit. If they can get a pick, maybe look to get the curse, but as of right now, it doesn't look like it's on their to-do list with that boss pushing the keep.
They're gonna have to clear it. Still pretty healthy. If ETC is coming out, we're gonna see a Mosh.
So I'm not sure if he did hit it there, but we do see Demon Grain get stuck into that zombie wall. But there we go.
There it
There's
is. And again.
Great job by Raynor, canceling every single Mosh here. Out comes a Hyper Shift onto B-Man, allowing him to re-engage this. But Chromie, with the slowing sands, is going to be able to step up. Gonna get the connected hook. Great Ice Wall coming out from Nazeebo there. Flame Strike's coming out as well. Sliding onto Raynor with the kickback. Trying to get the auto attack. The low blow is there. Great heal and penetrating round to save himself. But unfortunately, Hanzo will be able to poke him from the distance that he's at. With the side arrow, does he get the side arrow kill? No, he does not. Raynor gets to keep his dignity for one more day.
So what happens when you hook a moshing ETC?
It cancels it.
It cancels it? I was really hoping it would just drag the mosh along with, like.
Yeah, it does cancel it there, but I want to highlight there that that arrow E. So Yasi did throw in the dragon arrow, but just Demon Grand was able to block that. Unfortunately, being unstoppable, just was able to eat that for the team, or that probably would have went far worse. But just pushing here with the curse, 20's just around the corner, looking to get a domination here is Woodley. Let's see if we can get the defense here from the baddest dudes.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. Red team's core is under attack.
Looks like they will lose all three of their keeps here, but it's not the end of the game. We will see Woodley go ahead and just finish painting the map blue, and just need to turtle up for 20s. I mean, they're still not done. Keeps, bottom keep here does have a quarter health done, so they can win a team fight and push to end here, and hopefully take us to a game 3, but they need to get 20s first.
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one. You could see a pretty solid core defense.
But man, they do not like that Raynor. We do see the hook coming out to cancel that mosh pit, and then with the arrow to follow up, they are not able to lock down that Raynor to secure that kill. Zilla finds himself a little bit low. Gary does come out. Out comes the hook onto Zilla again. Demon Grand's low as well. Out comes the swipe. Zilla sitting at 90 health and falling. The chase is on. Stitches is trying the blink heal coming out as well with Invisible Friends. Zilla needs to watch that pathing. Great eat of them. The hook from Stukov there, so they will exit there, but 20's now online, and again, just another stout defense coming out from the baddest dudes.
Yep. Really solid jukes from Zilla coming out all game. Watching him in the bot lane, he was definitely dodging and predicting those hooks really well.
Yep. So Chromie back on wave clear duty here. They will have the constant catapult pressure on that keep, so having all three structures guarding their core, Woodley can kind of slow play this. They can kind of do what they want, and just in the back of the mind for the baddest dudes, they got to worry about someone going back and making sure that their core is okay, and then the sneaky backdoor. I mean, hell, we saw Woodley go ahead and take boss like we see them positioning for now at the first tribute, and nothing will stop them, I'm sure, from backdooring.
Shall we see who gathers enough?
Yeah, I think they're gonna try and push for the end here. They have, they have the means for it. If they get one pick on a Chromie, and there's the arrow.
All right, well timed there. Let's see if we can get Savior with that. Does get the blink there. So we do have the Gorge out onto Hanzo. Hanzo has nowhere to jump, but unfortunately Savior is a little low on health. They do get the trade of the kills, and it is a 2-for-2. Damage down from both sides.
And this is what they need from the side of the baddest dudes. They need to capitalize on even a 2-for-2 right now.
Unfortunately, they have to contend. Pins are
they're
coming
not
out.
going to be able to do it.
Yep, so this one really doesn't do anything, right? Like, the curse is over. At this point, for the baddest dudes, core does nothing, or I'm sorry, curse does nothing, right? It doesn't shut off the core. They can forego every single one of these tributes, essentially from here on out. I mean, core will help them remove some structures, but, defensively, they don't have to worry about that.
Under attack.
So there we go, going ahead and finishing the 175 stacks of the Voodoo Ritual. So Nazeebo will be able to pump out the damage here. Let's see where the XP soak. So Demon Grand doing a great job. Still 19k XP soak in compared to the 17k. But nice job from both those offlaners. Where are we here on the damage? So, Kael'thas with a 38k to Deathwing's 32. So almost neck and neck with this damage, but here we go. The boss is going to be rolling there in the bot lane, walking straight to an open core. So we will probably see Baddest Dudes retreat here and start clearing that. But again, it forces them out of position. That if they kind of step up, we can maybe see a rotation in on them. So again, I like this call. It's a safe play coming out from the Baddest Dudes. I mean, at this point, they have everything to lose, right? So, I mean, again, I like this call. And just being stuck in melee range, unfortunately, unfortunately getting that boss route there. But, being in melee range from the boss, triggering that slam does stop him. And then all the while, Deathwing able to just push back this top lane here as well.
Yep. So we're at kind of a point where Chromie and Raynor can kind of delete a boss, so you can't really just leave the boss.
Right, I want to see Demon Grand get in there. Go ahead and fly in there. Able to contest that point, but you need to get on it. You need to get on it.
Yep. We have the fear coming out, though, that if they can get some picks here, there goes Stukov. Demon Grand's going to go down. We're going to get the trade. Nazeebo goes down.
So that is a 2-for-1. Out comes the Pyroblast onto B-Man. Is going to be able to walk away with 500 health. So should be able to top this off. Boss should get defended. But here we go. The core is starting to get chunked down here. And they do have all of their DPS. They only lost Deathwing. So, I'm thinking maybe about 35-40% here on this core. And we do have them capping the tribute here. Again, necessarily all for nothing. It does keep it out of the hands of the Baddest Dudes.
You shall know my curse.
So here we go. Yep, there we go. About 40% got to clear those catapults here. They do grab the Giants. The rest of the team is going to step up here and try and finish. So let's see what happens. Out comes the slide. The hook does come out onto Yahtzee. Out comes the Gorge. But the rest of the team is here. The core is falling, and that will be GG's Game 2 and the series going over to Wood League Airlines. Yeah.
That was a very well played game. There was a lot of really well dodged hooks, and I think it cost the Baddest Dudes a couple times. They took fights where they really didn't need to.
It was tough, right? I don't know. I think it just kind of got weird, and I want to say weird for the Baddest Dudes. It was a good call to grab that boss, just forego. It worked out in their favor, and Nazeebo was able to stay in lane and get stacks most of that time here to kind of catapult his early game. But again, it was a lot more even, I think, than game one, to be honest, in a lot of the team fights. 8-7 as we look here in terms of kills. Soak, Demon Grand did his thing on Deathwing. It's just having the Deathwing, I think like they can control the boss zone because he can't be CC'd. He can't. You got to kill Deathwing on the point, and he just does so much AOE damage in his area that I think that they should have maybe tried to contest a lot of those boss pits a little bit more.
Yep. There was a couple times where I think they either should have pushed with that top boss and just gone for it. They didn't really need the channel there. They had a couple points where they could have turned it around with a really good team fight. But honestly, looking at the kills, there really isn't. It was kind of a low death game. Both teams doing a really good job of avoiding, full team wipes. I don't think we saw more than a triple.
Yeah, I'm trying to think compared to game one and game two. I don't think so. I think the quadruple kills was in game one. I think to your point. So I think it was like a 2 for 2. A lot of it was just kind of like the back and forth stuff. So I'm just reaching out to the Galahad and for the captain of Wood League there to set up an interview here. So looking at these talents here, again, we do see the low blow build coming out from the Stukov, the Thing of the Deep from Nasibo, standard ETC build with the Mosh. I mean, and a great job from the baddest dudes. I think maybe one Mosh pit got off and got a kill on Rainer, but just Rainer on Mosh duty, essentially going almost full straight penetrating round build, probably for that reason alone. And I didn't see if Chromie finished the stacks, and I think on that particular map it might be a little bit tough to get the stacks on Chromie's, especially with the lineup that they had, right? So they had Chromie down in the bot lane with Stitches, and just trying to hit all of her W stacks on one hero might be a little bit tough.
Yeah. And, it's a big map. Getting all of those W's in for the quest is a little tough, which is why I'm surprised there wasn't a Time Walker's Pursuit there. That extra vision and the spell power really puts it out.
Yeah, absolutely. So anything else from these talents before we jump into the interview here?
No, not that I can see.
Alrighty. So it looks like Galahad is in lobby 3. We will jump in there. We will lose captain for a small amount of time. So one last look at his handsome face before we jump into this interview here. Alrighty, let's wait for the cap. There's the captain here. Congratulations on your first win in NGS there, Galahad.
Thank you.
How are you guys feeling after that?
We're feeling pretty good after that. To be honest, we kind of went in there. We were thinking we were going to get annihilated. 100%. Okay. That did not happen.
No, so like, now I think I saw a couple people on your team had played. I know you had mentioned there in the pregame stuff that it was your first go around, but it didn't look like nervous play from game one. So you guys kind of came out and showed up in the first team fight, getting first blood there on Diablo. Was that the icebreaker there? You guys were able to pick on Diablo, and it was kind of smooth sailing from there?
Yeah. After that kind of happened, everyone was like, wait a minute, we can do something here.
Hey, we can play this game.
Yeah, we kind of noticed that we had a much stronger team fight than we did Soak game. Sure. So we decided to use that to our advantage as best we could.
Mm-hmm. So you opted for the first hero pick. It's just taking a look at it. It looks like you guys did some scouting and looking at that draft. For in game one for them, really wombo combo centric. Did you know about the Gazlo? Were you expecting the Gazlo to come out?
No, we were not expecting the Gazlo actually. We had our predictions on who was going to play what completely wrong, but we were still able to work with it, which is what I'm happy about.
Yeah, no, you guys played really, really well. I know Captain and I, we were talking that maybe, because we saw the Anduin first pick, and is that something you're comfortable with, not showing a whole heck of a lot? You don't have to give away too many strats here, but just, first pick Anduin was just something you were comfortable with?
Yeah, I'm just kind of a fan of the baby Brad Pitt, so...
That is fair. Some really good Yida Faiths on your side.
Yeah,
there.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Yeah, almost every single Diablo combo was just negated and well deserved in game two. That first target ban towards you.
Yeah.
So with that first game, sorry.
No, you're good.
So with that first game, when you guys were going into that kind of wombo combo oriented comp, what was your plan coming in? Loading into the screen, because that could have been dangerous. Were you accounting for that in the draft with the Dahaka, the Anduin, and the Johanna?
Well, to be honest, when we first started loading in, we were we weren't even loading in yet. We got to the very last part of our pick, and we're like, wait a minute, we got really bad wave clear. So we were like, okay, see what we can do with this. I know late games can be a little better for us, so let's try and just survive until we can. For now, see if we can force something to get the advantage. So when we first got that very first wombo combo, it kind of helped us in a solid mental lead. Not even say like actual lead in the game, just mentally we felt like we were ahead, which was good on our part.
Okay.
All right, and then Yahtzee, the only other thing I have written down here from game number 1 was just the Q build from Yahtzee on the Orphea. Something that's practice, because we chatted about it a little bit. Usually, going trait build on Orphea can provide a little bit more wave clear for you and a little bit more sustainability. But the way you guys drafted in a lot of those team fights, most of your team had its own self-sustain higher than what unfortunately Malfurion was able to just output for the entire team in that entire game.
Yeah, we have talked about the different builds for Orphea in case we did get into a situation like that, but we decided against going the trait build, hoping the Q build would be enough for the team fights, while we had Dahaka just kind of bounce around the entire game to help catch up on Soak.
Awesome. Well, you know what? It worked, and then again, the Dahaka RN just being able to be in all those places at one time. Again, it's a solid targeted ban towards you guys. I mentioned, this was a new team being formed. It's hard to scout. You just kind of have your base profiles, not much to go on. So just a really good game from you guys. And pardon me, game number 1. Cap, any more questions about the first game before we move on to game 2?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So game 2, they opted for first pick, and we saw some cool, interesting stuff coming out from you guys on Cursed Hollow. Is that a practice map of yours, a map that you guys like?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
One of our more favored maps.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So I guess I'll just get right to it, and I'm sure just the boss call there, instead of maybe trying to defend the objective, invading the boss.
Yes.
What was the call leading up to that? Was it like a vision thing with Nazeebo, still continuing to getting stacks and knowing that Demon Grain was up in the sky, probably heading down to the objective?
Yes, we had saw that at least 4 of them were down at the objective. We did not have eyes on Deathwing at the time until, say, we're about halfway there to the boss. And don't know if it was the first boss or the second or third boss, but I knew we were down 1 at some point, so we, instead of trying to tempt fate at the objective, we decided to go a little safer option and get the boss, because we felt like it was going to be better for us.
Yeah, you guys ended up trading out essentially what they got with the curse, so it was just, and then turned around and got your own boss, which they were down there. I was expecting with a Deathwing full unstoppable to maybe contest that, and they just kind of just went back to just doing the macro sort of thing, and just great job and some strat coming out from you guys there in game number 2.
Thank you.
Any questions from you, Cap, outside of the boss play there in game 2?
No, I think it was a really well played curse game. Definitely took some notes. It's obvious that you guys are well practiced there, and you guys had a really great set, and I'm betting you're really happy with the domination.
Yes, we are.
Yep.
I just want to give a nice little shout out to Baddest Dudes. Thank you guys for this first match of the season. We hope you guys have the best of luck in the rest of your games.
Awesome. Well, I was going to turn it over to you, so you can take the rest of the time, if you'd like, the interview to shout out anybody else. If you want to shout out the team, any significant others that allow us to play the game, whatever you want to do. But the time is yours.
All right. I guess second shout out will have to be a great job for my team tonight. We decided to pull our heads together for once. practicing has been little sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
We got conflicting schedules and not being able to practice all at the same time. But they
tough.
really pulled it together, and really proud of them. I also wanted to say thank you to both of you for casting our game tonight, and I hope you guys also pick up some more of our games later on in the season.
Ops.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, looking forward to playing you guys later in the season. So we are actually both in your division here. So looking forward to that one. You actually, depending on how the other sister game happens this evening and tomorrow,
Yes.
you may join us at the top of Division E here. So so maybe the rivalry is born. But again, just well
Maybe.
played. I will let you guys celebrate with the team here. But again, congratulations, good first victory in your inaugural season of NGS, and we will see you next time.
Thank you. Have a great one, guys.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good one.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and call the Cap back so we can have him tell us all about the awesome stuff that he is doing. There we go. Jumping back over to us, Cap on the screen, I hope. Let me just pull up OBS. Looking good, my sir. All right, Cap. Well, thank you so much for joining me in that cast, the first game, our first cast of the season here. But
Yeah.
yeah, why don't you go ahead and just tell the people, where they can find you, what you got going on, man, and if they want to find out more about Cap.
Well, I don't have a Twitter or really any social media, so you can find me on Discord in NGS as the Captain, or you can find me on Twitch at the Captain Streams, where I probably am not streaming.
Yet, right?
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah. Maybe a couple this season, but apparently I'm a pretty hard guy to find. So
All right. Well, I do see I'm getting yelled at in the chat by Born to Shine and Meebus. Apparently, we play Wood League next week. They are our second week opponent. So
yeah, this was great scouting. I want to thank. Actually, I do want to do a quick call out to both the teams and just say thank you for the scouting. It was really nice.
Yes, I did want to cast the division here, shed some light on the awesome players down here. Because I don't think across division wide, I think there's just a lot of good stuff going on in NGS, and a lot of good players. Whether you're hard stuck in a specific league or whatever, but just want to just have everybody show their skills. So just it wasn't all for scouting. I had fun. And especially for a team that was their first NGS match, able to have their first NGS match casted, seems really fun to me here as well. So looking forward to that game number 2. As for me, I'm Dax. You can find me Dax_Hots across all the social medias. I usually stream here, stream HOTS. I cast HOTS. Again on Twitter, you can find me at any generally HOTS related Twitter. I'm usually in a lot of Discords as well. So I will say thank you again to the Captain for joining me here this evening. We will switch over to this thank you screen. Thanks for everyone for being here, supporting your friends, your family, your loved ones here. Because we wouldn't do it we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So yeah, we'll find some more NGS action to raid over to. And again, thanks for being here, everyone, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys.